Alright, and for our first unboxing video, we have here a Pokemon Brilliant Fantasy, Chinese Brilliant Fantasy. And figured, why not open some Chinese packs, right? They're quite a bit cheaper, same pictures, and, why not, right? Let's take a look. Get one of these going here, and first video ever. Don't expect too much quality here. We're doing it live, as they say, and so yeah, it's just the way it is. Brand new pack, of course, never opened, and we're gonna throw this to the side here. I like the art on the box, actually. I think the art on the box is really cool. As me, a person that came from collecting the cards as a kid, the original 151, I think that that's something that is really looked at now that when I was a kid, people didn't really pay so much attention to, and that was the art of the cards. I guess if you were into Yu-Gi-Oh, you paid attention to the heart of the cards, but this is Pokemon, so apparently now it's all about the art of the cards. Times have changed with the illustrations and all that type of stuff, where, again, back in my day, I mean, if you had a Venusaur card or a Charizard, it was pretty cool, and they pretty much just sat on a rock. And for us, that was art, and that's just how it was. But no, the arts nowadays are really cool. I don't know all the brand new Pokemon. I am getting back into it, and have a lot to learn. But let's go ahead here and get looking at these. Very cool. Again, I love the art. The pack, very nice. Brand new here. Let's see if we still, after all these years, know how to open these. Ooh, I'll tell you what. Don't let me lie to you. I've opened some packages, but none of these yet. These are brand new of opening. So let's see here what we got. And all right. And so as we can see here, some of these cards, I know we got a little glare here, and very nice. One of the cool things I think nowadays, of course, is that you get a lot more holos and stuff. And back in my day, if you got a holo that was worth anything, you were pretty excited about it. Whereas if nowadays, getting something holo is pretty normal. So, but yeah, all these bulk cards and things like that, who cares, right? Same thing back in the day. I wish I had all my bulk cards, even from back then. A lot of the bulk cards, even nowadays, you look at bulk cards, and yeah, even if I had a lot of my bulk cards from back then, it would have been nice. But let's go ahead here. Like I said, Chinese cards, and just a little bit of history. One of the reasons that I actually did decide to get into the Chinese cards, not only because they are cheaper, but also because I did live in China for some time, and so very cool with that. And what we're looking for are these Pokeballs. Of course, if you get the Master Ball on the card, that's what you're really looking for with these sets. But very nice, very nice. Single Pokeball there. Alright. And, again, the goal is definitely not to get rich off of these packs. We're not, I know people talk about nowadays about scalping, and all the people that are buying I guess you could say just for the money and things like that. And no, we're not trying to get rich here. You know, we're just trying to open some packs, have a good time, of course. And this is a good cheap way of doing it, and good way to learn about the Pokemon again. And the thing that gets me about a lot of the newer Pokemon is we always thought back in the day of the 151, we're like, what more could they add? And boy, did they really prove us wrong. Another Pokeball. They managed to create a lot of different things that would have never even been considered. So, but yeah, hopefully, what I will do too, I will put at the beginning of this video, I suppose, some of the hits that would be nice to have, and then hopefully we'll see if we got anything very good. But again, if not, that's okay. And very nice. And we have something. Hands are very dry. Note to self, do not put hand sanitizer on. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Look at that. And I like the art on that. Very cool. All right. And put these together. And for anyone, if you ever see this video, I know right now this is our first video, so practically nobody will see it. But that being, I just noticed at the top of these cards is a thing to help you rip them. Wow. Okay. But all of these cards, they unless of course I see something that I'm just really in love with, they probably will be resold. Just so that I can get some more stuff to rip. I think we all know the ripping is the fun part, of course. Ripping the cards, and well, not ripping the cards, but ripping them open. And there's Chansey. I used to love Chansey. Chansey was one of my favorite Pokemon back in the day, and that's the other thing that I think is cool to see. You know, the original 151s still out there, and you know, still being remade. So that's always pretty cool. And as we skip ahead here, ooh, another Pokeball. Very nice Pokeball. We're going to put that here. And, all right. Very good here. Another Pokeball, like I said. And, yeah, we're looking for the Master. The Master Balls is what we're really looking for, from my understanding. You know, if we can get some of the Master Balls, that would be nice. Again, why am I trying to rip it that way? There's a rip right there. And that's the thing. If we can get a good pull, that would be nice, though. Maybe some of these Master Balls or something in here. And let's see what we got here. Pretty cool. I do love the designs of the, like I said, of the new Pokemon too, though. Definitely do. And a Meowth. Very nice. Very nice. Whoa. Okay, wow. Very bright trainer card. Okay. Look how... Wow. Okay. Yeah, that is very nice. Very nice. I'm going to put that up here. Yeah, as something a little special. The full art. A full page of art there. Very cool. And it's funny because, like, if you're sitting at home and, like, you actually know what these cards are. Again, like, why am I... Man. If you know any of these cards and you're sitting at home and anything was of value, you would know it before me. So, but that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, we're just restarting here and getting some packs and going. And we're just going to enjoy it, you know? Alright. Very cool. Oh, Drowsy. Man, he was cool. Psychic Pokemon back in the day were like... They were everything. Wow, okay. An EX card. Very nice. Look at the full art of that card there. Very nice. I love it. I love how nowadays you have the whole hollows there. Back in my time, definitely was not a thing. And trainer, and then this guy. All right, very cool. Here we go again. Reminder: use the pull tab. They put it there for a reason. All right. And so yeah, these of course they are cheaper than English, of course, because they are Chinese, so they're not as desirable to everyone. You know, at the same time, you do still get, you know, quite a few boosters in the box here. And one thing to understand too is there are some Chinese cards that are exclusive to China only, which is another thing. And another one. All right. Another Arcanine style card, Pokeball. Alright. Very cool. And what I want to say, these cards, the new cards nowadays, the one thing I will say for sure, cards nowadays are very, like, very smooth feeling. I'd say they feel very delicate compared to what I remember of the original 151 cards. But you know, perhaps that's just because of all the foil and stuff that we have now. And just so people know, Chinese cards are actually made in Japan. They're not made in China, they are made in Japan on the same presses. So there's no real difference except the language on them, actually. Alright, very cool. Look at this guy. Very cool. All right. All right. And then the Poliwrath. Remember Poliwrath from back in the day? Very cool Pokemon. Remember playing the game even, of course. Playing the game, you know, playing on Game Boy Color. I remember Red and Yellow. And I remember, you know, Blue and Red and Yellow, all those. And beating those games and playing them on Christmas. Oh, I see there's something back there. Cubone. Cubone, bum, bum, bum. I remember the original anime when Ash loses to a Cubone. Gets beat up by a Cubone. Poor guy. Of all things, a Cubone. Alright, looky here. And then another EX card. And very nice, very nice. Again, look at all that shininess we got going on there. Alright, very cool. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 or 6 packs left in there. Not bad. And let's go ahead. Little ladybug. 60 life. So delicate. And look at it. It looked like the hamburger helper hand. Come on now. The hamburger helper Pokemon. So sad. Alrighty. And another Pokeball. Very cool there. Very cool. Another Pokeball. I was pretty sure that there were some that you could get a Master Pokeball. Maybe I just won't get one in this set. But I was pretty sure that that was a thing. I could be wrong. Again, didn't look into a lot before that. This is just our first video. This is like the YouTube pilot episode, I guess you could say. There's no background yet. We're just doing this for fun and working out some of the bugs. So, but I hope you enjoy anyways. All right. And very cool. All right, and this is our holo. Very nice there. Another one of those. And it reminds me just how quickly bulk can happen. And before the end of it here, I'll go ahead and put all these cards, you know, away. But yeah. So far, so good. hopefully we can get some kind of a major. You know, I did actually look at the hits before, like the top 5 most valuable cards in the set. That way I would know if I did get one. So let's see here. Alright. And Abra. Abra was such a cool Pokemon. I remember him back in the day. Trying to catch him in the game was like impossible. If you hit him once, he would like fly away. Alright, another Pokeball card. Alright. Very cool. 2 more packs before the end of the video. We're at 15 minutes so far here. And if you like what you see so far, of course, you know, like, subscribe to the channel. There's going to be more of these. I'm going to put out, for right now, I'm going to do one a week. One of these videos a week. And, you know, once I get going with it a little bit more, I'll probably start doing twice a week, maybe more, depending on, you know, the situation. But I don't want to over exaggerate myself here in the beginning. So very cool. And yes, let's see. All right, another EX card. Very cool. It amazes me how much life some of these Pokemon have now. Like, I remember back in the day, like when you had a Charizard and you thought about how much life he had, you were like, man, he's a strong Pokemon. But when you look back at his stats now, compared to a lot of the Pokemon cards you see today, like, he almost average. Maybe he's not average, but like he's, you know, he's not the strongest. Let's be honest, right? And last pack, again, love the art on these packs, beautiful here. And let's go ahead, hope for the best. Alright, let's get this last one going. And finish this out here and see what we got. Not bad for like a $30 booster box, right? You know, really like a $22 booster box. So, here we go. And let's see what we can get here. Very nice. And you can already see it. Oh, we got this guy again, but he's got a Pokeball. Okay. Alright, I don't know if that's very helpful. But, alright. Very cool. So, here is the bulk. We got some you know, cards here, of course. I'm gonna flip through these one more time. Just real quick here. I don't want to go through them too much because I don't want to damage anything, even if they're not really... Well, that doesn't go there. Even if they're not really worth a lot. I just don't want to scratch anything up too much here. But very cool. Very cool. And yeah. Alrighty, so that is everything. And I do hope you liked the first video. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day. Thank you so much for watching.